We're good. Welcome to the Power Hour team. I'm excited to have you guys here. And hey, every Monday, 9 a.m., we get on this Power Hour, and it's always a different training, right? So you guys want to get on. You never know who we're going to be interviewing. Last week, we interviewed three champions that are killer door knockers. Victor, Joel, and Robert out in Arizona. And so this week, we're interviewing one of the most successful mentors in the company. I met this gentleman, and I've got a tremendous amount of respect for him. And I'm very excited that he was able to join us here today. So you guys are in for a treat. Okay, a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to go probably about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, that's the idea. For those of you guys, I've got a lot of appointments today and throughout the week. FYI, Wednesday I'm unavailable, and then Thursday I have some personal things to take care of. So I'm going to be available Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Towards the end of the week, though, in the middle of the week, as of Thursday, I'm going to be in Las Vegas. So if you have any prospects out in Las Vegas, Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday, I'm going to be able to meet with these prospects. I've got some people out there that are looking to come on board, some solar dealers. So who do you know? I'm going to be in Las Vegas, and we're going to make it happen, guys. But Wednesday and Thursday, I'm unavailable until the evening. Okay, I've got some things that I've got to take care of. So I'm being as productive as I can. I've got like 5 appointments today and tomorrow, so I'm being as productive as I can. So it's going to be a good situation. So now you guys know, whatever you need from me, if it's something you need from me, let me know Monday and Tuesday. If not, Friday's when I'm going to be back here. So with that being said, guys, let's get started. I've got here my friend Jarrett. Let's see if I can get a mic check on Jarrett, please.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
What's up, my brother?
My brother, hey man, thank you for the invite. This is an absolute pleasure and honor to be here on the Power Hour with you, man. So excited, stoked. Wish I had a little bit more of a heads up, but hey, make it happen, right?
No, but you know what? The good thing is, bro, somebody like you, man, if somebody's gonna come clutch, you know what I mean? Last minute is going to be you, bro. You know, I met you and I see you, bro. I see you. We don't interact as much as I would like, but I see what you got going on. And listen, man, I'm going to just ask you some questions. I want to know a little bit about your story, before Power and with Power. And people want to know, man, what is it that you're doing to get the business and to make it happen, man? So, with that being said, bro, are you ready?
Absolutely, man. And real quick, I just want to say the feelings are mutual. I see you. I know what you're doing, man. And I have this feeling like we're gonna be connecting a little bit more here in the future. It's like game recognized game player.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that, brother. I agree. All right. Well, Jarrett, thank you again, brother, for being on here. And so let's get it started. Tell us a little bit about your background before Power, and then also how you got to Power, please.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So, God, man, I've been selling my entire life. Sales is all I know. Direct sales is all I know. Commission only is all I know. I am 1099 through and through. It's in my blood. Literally, I live by the words of "make it happen." That was instilled in me as a young man, knocking on doors. I've been knocking on doors, and I used to say hustling. That's got a bad kind of term to it, but really that's all I've ever been, was a hustler. I had to hustle to make money because I came from nothing. I came from a background of poverty. We moved around. I went to 11 different schools. Different apartments. Dad was working on cars and getting kicked out of places. We slept in cars. So, but I always had a burning desire to succeed inside of me. I was never going to be a victim of my circumstances. And so from an early age on, I was given an opportunity to go to sell. I had this natural gift of gab, and I started off selling newspapers, like some of you guys may have. When I was, 14, 15 years old, actually, when I was 13, that's how I earned my first PlayStation. I went out and stood out in front of a store selling newspaper subscriptions. And then when I was 15, 16, I joined a van crew, and I remember learning that I could get $1 off of every person that I brought into the van crew if they sold a newspaper subscription. Wow. And I said, really? So if I bring on Johnny and Tony and Sarah, and they do tennies. I was like, that's an extra $30 on top of mine. And I was like, I could start making $100 a day. And I started doing that. Wow. And $100 a day when you're a teenager, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I did that forever. And then I got into the ADT security game. And because I heard you can make $300 on a sale, $400 a sale. And I remember knocking on doors for an entire week and didn't get one sale, but I was determined because I saw other people could do it. And when I just stuck to it, and I believed that I could do it. And I remember getting my first sale. I was so excited when the people at the front door said yes after my pitch. I didn't know what to do. I called my mentor. I said, they said yes, get your butt down here right now. And that was the beginning of it, man. I did that for years. I became the team leader. I started hiring and training and building sales organizations and everything. We went from the direct door-to-door model, old school, like I'll hop into a van, go make it happen, to we did the new homeowner routes, where we actually built this out where we would get lists of brand new homeowners and we would go directly to them because we knew that was the low-hanging fruit. We built out routes. This is all here in Northern California, and highly successful, hundreds of deals a month, growing teams. And just like anything, you get tired of doing the same thing over and over. I've ventured off. I've done other things. I have my real estate license. I actually moved up to Sacramento because I got my mortgage license because my buddy was doing mortgages saying, hey, I'm making $4,000 a commission, right? $6,000 a commission. So I started chasing that. And I ended up falling back to my roots of ADT security because I've known it. I'm the greatest ADT security salesperson in the planet. I have the highest closing percentage in history. There's nobody that can compete. But when I came across the Powur opportunity almost 2 years ago, it blew my mind because I always knew about solar. I was always intrigued about solar. I knew there were big commissions, but seemed like a lot of headache, to be honest with you, JC. I heard kind of horror stories, 5-6 months to get paid, sometimes not getting paid. And I'm like, and that's learning a whole nother industry, right? But it was always there. I was always intrigued by it because I knew the money was good. And I heard a podcast with Jonathan Budd 2 summers ago where he was being interviewed about this opportunity in the program. And basically the way that he explained it is that they duplicated the EXP model. I have my license with the EXP. This makes sense, right? And the split commissions, the mentorship program, and light bulb instantly went on in my mind. I said, wait a second, I can just generate a lead, give it to a solar pro. They go do the work and I make 50% of the commission.
Wow.
Ding, 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 ding. Lights go on, right? I said, this is no brainer. Please let it be real, right? This sounds too good to be true. So at the time, I was actually running our realtor referral program within ADT, where we call realtors and we ask them to pass our information on to their clients for a referral. And so I'm talking to the clients, brand new homeowners, and I sign this lady up. And before I can even say it out of my mouth, she goes, yeah, now that I got my ADT, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going solar. I got to get solar on my house. And I was like, you know what? I've actually partnered with a solar company. I can get somebody out there to give you a free quote. How's that sound? And she goes, yeah, absolutely. So I get her information, pop her into the system, assigned her to Bernasso. He drives an hour out there to her house, meets with her, and I'm like, cool, I got my first sales appointment. Here we go. He calls me. I go, how'd it go? He's like, dude, you just got your first solar deal. I was like, seriously? He was like, our
Do I need my keys?
It's like 10,800.
Ben,
do I need my keys?
Oh, can you hear me?
Sorry, bro. I needed them.
I got the keys right here. Keys to success, brother. Nah. I said, how was it? And he goes, oh, we just made over 10 grand in our commission. I was like, are you serious? We made like $5,200 each or $5,300 or something like that each. And all I did was generate the name. I was stoked beyond belief. I said, this is amazing. This is incredible. This is life-changing. And yeah, and from there, I've just been running with it. Obviously, me being me, I wanted the whole pie. 50% is great, but yeah, I was like, man, if I can get 100%. So I just started diving in and I started telling everybody I knew. And the second that I had that first commission, I didn't even get paid yet, but Powur used to send these reports showing you your sale and like potential what it was going to be. The second I even had on paper showing that I earned that much, I called every single person that I knew with proof saying, hey, there is a lot of money to be made. This is simple. Let's run, let's go. Since then, man, building a team, crushing deals, mentoring deals. I absolutely love it, man. There's no better place I'd rather be.
That's awesome, bro. Wow, that's so exciting, right? That's what got me too, is when I talked to Brunasso, he says to me, we're the EXP of the solar industry. That stopped me in my tracks. I said, hold up. I said, tell me why. So he tells me, shows me. I said, I'm all in. I knew I was get in here, put the blinders on and go to work, man. So that's exciting, bro. So that's how you got started. Let me ask you, so I would imagine that when you got started, coming from the home security industry, you went out there and you called some past clients, right? I'd like to know some of the things that you did to get off the blocks, right? Did you go door knocking? Did you do the new homeowner list? Did you call clients? How soon did you start recruiting? Tell me about that.
See, this is why you're such a great interviewer. You're asking the right questions, right? Because the key to success in this industry and this business with Powur is success right off the blocks, right? Because it does nobody any good joining Powur and being a secret agent, as you coined, right? Just sitting around, watching YouTube videos, trying to learn all this stuff. You don't make any money doing that. We don't make any money doing that, right? This is a sales organization. You need to make sales. Right. And I understand it can be overwhelming. Like, look, man, solar, it's brand new. You got a lot to learn. What is a kilowatt hour? What's the difference between a kilowatt hour and a kilowatt? And system size, those numbers don't even match up. Why is that? So naturally, you want to learn a lot, but you don't make money learning. So what I did is I leveraged the mentorship program. And I said, listen, step one is to generate a bill, generate a lead. And it was more about just ignorance and excitement. I used that to generate leads and to talk to people rather than knowing it all. And I first went after my warm market, as you mentioned, right? So I had a whole list. I mean, I have thousands of customers and I haven't even tapped into them yet. Which, you know, it's bad on I still got to get there, but there's so many. But I just called a few as a trial example. I said, let me see if this is going to work. And I called someone from 6 months ago. I said, hey, Jose, it's Jarrett. Remember me? I sold you your alarm system. Oh yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey man, I was just giving you a call. I actually recently partnered with a solar company, a wholesale solar company. Have you guys ever considered solar? No, not yet. And I said, well, just to let you know, it'll eliminate your electric bill. This payment for solar payments, half of what your electric bill was. There's a huge tax credit. And if you give me a copy of your PG&E bill, I'll have my engineers design a system for you and put together a free quote. How's that sound? Sounds great. Great. Get me over your electric bill. And what's a good time for you and your wife to go over the information? That's it. I set up it was the first person I called. They said yes. I got the bill, send it over, boom, get sold, closed. And I was like, this is too easy. And so for me, it was going after past clients initially just to get my feet wet. But then, and having your elevator pitch down, you got to have it's zero down solar, eliminates your electric bill. Solar payments, half of what the electricity bill is. Huge tax credit. Would you like a free quote? That's it. How can you say no to that? How can you say no to half and zero cost and life? And you could throw in 30-year warranties, but you don't even have to get that much into details. So it's literally just selling someone on the appointment. I think Wally did a training last week with us, and he was saying, there's 3 stages of closing. The first one is closing for a lead, closing for an appointment, then closing the sale. And that's so true, you guys. Like right off the gates, Be a bill collector. Just focus, laser focus on generating a lead. Mentor will take care of the rest. And that's where the learning begins. Learning doesn't begin watching YouTube videos and trying to understand everything. No one's got time for that, right? You're going to learn by assigning to a good mentor who's going to take you through the process beginning to end. And then you can ask questions. It's interactive. But, you know, to answer your question, man, go to your warm market. If you've ever been in direct sales before, you have customers that you have relationships. And if they're your customers, they trusted you, right? So it's already, that trust is already there. And if you provided a great service before, you're probably going to do it again. And it's easy to do with Powur, with our pricing and our business model. So, but yeah, go after your warm market and get your elevator pitch down. If you don't know your elevator pitch, don't do anything else the rest of the day except study your elevator pitch. You take that, it's zero. I mean, these are the bullet points I tell people. So if you don't have one, write this down. The first thing is zero down solar. Doesn't cost you anything, right? Zero down solar. It eliminates your electric bill. That's exciting, right? The solar payment is less than half, or it could be up to, you know, the words matter, but I just say it's up to half of what your electric bill was. It's got a 30-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, and there's a huge tax credit that's still available. Would you be interested in a free quote? That's it. And you say it with excitement, enthusiasm, just hit them with the bullet points. If they ask questions, say, that's a great question. We're going to go over that at the time of the meeting, at the consultation, explain everything. I call it an education presentation. It's about 30 to 40 minutes, going to answer all your questions. And the worst thing that happens at the end of it, you learn a lot about like how solar works in 2021.
Hey, well, I'm sorry to interrupt. Would you be able to repeat that one more time, please?
Absolutely. So it's zero down solar. Doesn't cost you a penny to go solar. It eliminates your electric bill. Your solar payment is half of what your electric bill was, has a 30-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, and it has a huge tax credit that's about to go away that you can still take advantage of. Would you be interested in getting a free quote? Now, how the hell do you say no to that?
Thank you, man. That's awesome right there.
You're on mute, brother.
Oh,
JC.
I thank you for that, man. That's awesome, Mike. I like that. I like those tips right there.
Cool.
Perfect. Here's the thing about you, Jarrett, and here's a tip for anybody else. The posture that Jarrett has is a posture of somebody that is sold on his product. He believes it. If he gets a lie detector test right now, he will pass it. If they ask him on a lie detector test and he believes solar is good for the client and he believes that the client is better off doing business with him versus not doing business with him, he will pass a lie detector test. But why is that? Not only is he in the trenches, but guess what? He's on every training. He's on the mentor calls. He's on the company's Powur Hour. He's in there. Here's the difference. You got to go from being in Powur to Powur being in you. Jarrett, Powur's running through this dude's veins. Powur's running through my veins. JB, Powur's running through his veins. You've got to be sold out. You got to have that enthusiasm. Notice the last three words of enthusiasm, right?
I am sold myself.
I am sold myself. So two different people can say the exact same thing to the same prospect. One of them gets a business, the other one doesn't. Why? Because he's not sold himself. His posture is that of a jellyfish versus a posture of, guess what? A winner, somebody that's committed. So I see how you're taking it. You gave so many good bullet points. For example, wholesale solar company. I'm grabbing that for myself, right? Lie, cheat, and steal. That's how you get to the top. I awake at night, who can I help? You steal, you cheat a little bit of time away from some of the things that aren't productive. Sometimes you got to cheat a little bit of time away from even some family members because you're building your business, but this temporary, and then you steal every good idea. So, bro, you just gave us already some incredible nuggets, man. We've talked about elevator pitch, but we haven't talked about it as often as I would like. So I'm over here, even for the train, I'm thinking, we got to put in the system their elevator pitch and put a couple different elevator pitches, and everybody should master it week one. Day one, you should master your elevator pitch. Man, powerful. And another thing about you is this. You mentioned something earlier about when you were in the ADT, well, you probably still are, right? But in the ADT business and different things, people burn out. And it's true. Even if you're making great
Want a
money,
breakfast sandwich?
you'll still burn out. Hold on. Let me put somebody on mute. Hold on. So even if that's the case, you still burn out. The cool thing about Powur, guys, is the following. You are in a situation, right? If you're making sales, right, and building simultaneously, you're building that residual income. I love Fridays, right? Because Fridays, every Friday, commission check comes in, override income comes in, right? This is a training. So what I'm about to say right now is not I'm not saying this to entice somebody to get in the business. You guys are already in the business, right? But last Friday at 6 in the morning, I get a message that says you just got paid $1,900. That's $1,900 in override income that I didn't make the sales on. Does that make sense? And as time goes on, that only increases, right? And so there's people here that are making 10 times that on a weekly basis and more than that. So while we're out there making sales and we're building leverage, we're building a company within a company. Got to tell you, man, that's super exciting because you're not going to be out there on the field forever. So my mindset is go out there for the next 18, 24, 36 months hard. And then you're going to be able to have the ability to ride off into the sunset if you do it right? So what can you tell me, Jarrett, about the opportunity, the leverage opportunity, the 6 levels deep, the override income, the residual income aspect of Powur?
Well, there's so much to say about that. Listen, I've been chasing the override dream, leveraging other people's efforts my whole life. Like I told you, I was 15 years old. I was told I could make $1 off of having one of my buddies from high school sell a newspaper, right? So what is it, like the power of, I'd rather have 1% from 100 people than 100% from one person, right? Leverage your time. I do this, but I got 3 kids. I got a wife. I'm sole provider, right? Like I do everything. I'm hustling 24/7. I got to make it happen. There are other things outside of solar, believe it or not, right? Like I have to do a lot for my family. And so we like to travel. We like to go places. We were just 9 days in Mexico, getting it, having fun, crushing deals while I was out there, by the way.
Nice.
But you can't do that if you got to be on the phone 24/7. If you're working, you don't have time for your family. And I know this is one life to live. I am not going to be that guy, seeing my kids in their 20s and 30s. I go, oh, all of a sudden you grew up. Where was I? I was in the office working the whole time. No, man, I spend time with my family, and the Powur platform gives you the opportunity to make incredible money, but also to make incredible money with the least amount of effort. Now, I'm not about trying to put in the least amount of effort. I want to get maximum results, but I've never seen something where you could put in just a little bit of energy and effort and get so much out of it. And when I saw the EXP business model, I'm here in the Sacramento area. And if you're familiar with EXP, you know Brent Gove. Brent Gove came out here in Sacramento. That guy blew this place up. He never has to do another thing for the rest of his life, all because of the recruiting and the overrides. And you guys have the same opportunity right now with Powur in your area. It may feel like Powur's getting out there, but it's really not. It's so many people are looking for opportunity to make serious money. It's easy. I have not shown the Powur opportunity really to somebody and they go, nah, can't do that. You never hear oh, that sounds like a scam, or, oh, that's one of those. It's not. It's a sales organization. We sell solar, right? It's a sales job. And solar, this is the future, or it is now, right? The future is now. Renewable energy, it's here, and it's exciting. And so if you could take somebody, look, at one point I didn't know about the Powur opportunity. I was just, out there hustling and grinding. But you showed me this opportunity with these types of commissions. You could build a sales organization like that quick. But I will say this: if you bring someone into Powur, yes, it's their responsibility on their own for their own actions and their own success. but be the leader and show them success right away. Like, do everything in your power to get those guys a sale within their first, God, a week would be great, 2 weeks, but don't let it go past a month. If they sign up for Powur and their energy, their excitement levels is going to be at an all-time high right when they get going, right? And you have to capitalize on it and take advantage of that and get them to call it list, because after that first week, it goes down. After that, it goes down even more. If they're not hitting the trainings, they're not plugged in. By week 4, if they see that bill for $49, and it'll be a bill at this point, if they see a bill for $49 and they haven't done anything with Powur, it's going to be devastating. They're going to feel like they're so behind. It's been a month. Where do I even begin? Should I even do this? I don't even like SOAR. I don't know anything about, right? And they're going to fizzle out, and it doesn't do you any good. So the second, and I've thought about doing this, if you get somebody on there, encourage them, because what do we know? What's step 1? Get a bill. It's not to learn everything. It's to get a bill. Yep. So I would encourage, I thought about doing this. Bring someone on and offer them, say, hey, if you can generate 3 electric bills this week, just give me 3 bills, I will pay for your $149. I'll pay for your entry fee, right? I'll give opportunity. It'll be no cost for you. Because as a mentor, if you get somebody that brings you 3 bills, you're going to get them paid. You're going to get a sale. And if you can't, you shouldn't even be doing this yourself. If you got 3 opportunities, you're striking out. But man, encourage them. Say, dude, just get 3 bills. Sit down with them. Have them call their friends and family. Have them call their coworkers, past clients. But honestly, man, the clock ticks the second you bring them on for them to get some type of leads or sales or something, because if not, man, it's a waste of a recruit. That's my opinion.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? It's about going back and see, the reason why you are the way that you are is because you're a business owner. You understand. You know what I'm saying? As a business owner, you have to treat it like a business. And too many people come in here, and I say this all the time. People think, oh, it's $149 to start and $49 a month, and they think it's a $49 a month business. Guys, this is a multi-million-dollar business. Don't get that confused, right? And so when Jarrett says these things, it's because he understands the concept of investing in your business. Right now, Jonathan Brunazo and I, we're going to get an office here in the nearby city, right? Whether it's Downey or one of these local cities. That's thousands of dollars per month in commitment. But guess what? Like those guys at EXP, there's guys at EXP making 6 figures a month, multiple 6 figures a month. There's guys that are worth over $100 million because of their stock, right? Mm-hmm. I believe we're going to blow them out of the water. And this is not a knock on EXP. I love that company. If I were to do real estate, if I were to have my license, I'd hang it up with EXP Realty. It just makes sense. To me, the platform economy, which is what we have, which is what they have, is the future. So, but here's the thing, guys, 2 years, 24 months are going to pass like this. You will see people on here that have no teams, no sales in 2 years be making yearly income on a monthly basis from home with a bunch of free time, right? This week, I'm going to work Monday, Tuesday. I'm taking Wednesday, Thursday off for some personal reasons. I'm working again on Friday, but I'm going to be in Vegas. So I'm going to be working, taking a couple of meetings in Vegas. But guess what? My wife and I'm taking my mother, I'm taking my son. In a couple of months, we're going to Hawaii. When I was in Florida, like a month ago, I closed 3 deals while I was in Florida. 3 mentor deals while I was in Florida. Wasn't even trying, right? And so that is the opportunity. But guess what? The price has to be paid upfront and in full. You want success, there's no layaway program, there's no credit. The stuff's got to get paid upfront and in full. But you got to come out with momentum. So that's a question that I have for you, Jarrett. Yeah. A lot of people see like, oh, some of these mentors are doing really good. For example, one of the guys on here who's a mentor as well, he's a personal, director of mine, Luis Perez. Luis had tiny experience in solar, but that dude came off the blocks. And Luis, if you could type on the chat here, what was your biggest week as far as the amount of sales that you've done, mentor sales? Because I know it's got to be, 2 or more, right? He's a brand new mentor. but I see them knocking down deals, building a team simultaneously. And what's exciting about it is that, but why did he get there? And why did you, Jarrett, get there? Because you came in here, you didn't just come in here like, hey, let's give it a shot. I'm sure you came in here guns blazing. So tell me about your first 90 days in Powur, bro.
Yeah, so first 90 days, you know, and look, I'll be honest, it was kind of toe in the water a little bit. Mm-hmm. I've had to teach myself how to do this the right way and how to not do it the right way. I got involved. It was towards the end of summer of 2019. And so, like I said, I had those first couple opportunities. I shot the Bernasso, started calling people, but really I was trying to learn everything. I did it the wrong way. I was dipping my toe in, got a couple deals happening. And so that was, I did it how you're not supposed to do it. I did it how most people actually end up naturally wanting to do it. I'm a very confident person, right? So I felt embarrassed not knowing all the answers. I wanted to be the solar guy, but I realized like that once I got off of Facebook and YouTube and stopped watching all the videos and started taking action, that's where all of a sudden the success started coming through, because you learn through the mentor deals.
Yes.
Right. And I had multiple different mentors, right? I had Rangel was my first mentor, it was Bernasso, it was Rangel. I was watching Charles Thompson, right? So I was taking multiple people selling. I just want to take the best of best from each person and then started putting it together. And back then, Bernasso was a little bit more accessible. Okay. Yeah. He didn't have the massive team. So, you know, we were talking consistently, and he was a great mentor. And he still is a great mentor to me. You know, he always answering my questions, helping me, because what did he need? He needed more mentors. He still needs more mentors, man. That guy runs so thin. So his main goal was to have instantly 5 mentors. He needed me to be a mentor. He needed JC to be a mentor. So my first 90 days, like I said, I was calling, I called on a few people. I was getting, you know, some leads in, but I didn't come out the blocks as hot as I would have if I knew what I know now. But it's hard to do that, right?
Well, let's to it though. Here's the thing. It's not so much, in my opinion, it's not so much that it's wrong, because you already had another business you were running, right?
Correct.
And so not everybody's going to come off the blocks like that. But at one point, right? Sorry, guys, I had to call it. Okay. So at one point, you said, hey, I figured it out. I've been doing it maybe a way that I shouldn't do it. But at one point, maybe it was 90 days in, maybe it was 6 months in, I don't know. But at one point you said, hey, let's go. When that clicked for you, you ended, I would imagine there's a time that you said, hey, let's go. And then you started going probably full force. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah, it was starting to be about June of 2020, right? It was like, obviously, so that was going on. The winter was going on. I dipped my toe in, having some sales coming in. I'm trying to recruit people. Corona hit, right? We had just moved. I'm about to have my 3rd child. My wife's 8 months pregnant, and we go on lockdown. We're stuck at home, everything. And, you know, my child was born in April. And so really it was like May, June. And I just said, no. I'm not having this. I'm not being stuck down here. I'm not going to be a victim of circumstance. I'm going to make it happen. And that is really when it clicked. And I think I did 10 deals that month from just calling friends, calling family, calling warm lists, and just, you know, guns a-blazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's where the momentum happened. But it all, I'm telling you, it comes from pure ignorance and excitement about the industry. I would rather not know anything, but just be totally excited about it. And that energy will get you electric bills. That will get you people to come on and check out the business opportunity. Knowing everything, but like, if you don't talk about it, you got to talk about it too. That's the other thing I'll share with you. I tell everybody about solar. There's literally not a single person that I run into that I don't tell them that I'm in solar and ask them if they have solar, or if they're interested in learning about solar, or what do they do, you know, as far as career goes. It's everybody. My elevator is in having that type of excitement and making it a part of your lexicon, like as you're talking to everybody, it has to be. Because what are you doing? Why would you not bring it up to every single person you know? And you know, it's a networking dream, right? And especially now that things are opening up more so than ever, you guys are going to be out there, you know, being at ball games, being at the bank, being at restaurants, being out on the town. It's nothing to ask somebody if they're interested in getting a free quote, or if they're in direct sales, asking them if they'd be open to hearing about getting into renewable energy. So
I love it. You know, what you mentioned is ignorance on fire over intelligence on ice.
there you
It is
go.
better to be ignorance on fire over intelligence on ice. I just did a deal on Saturday, I believe it was. When was it? Was it Saturday? No, Sunday. Sunday, yesterday, as a matter of fact. Pete and I, Pete Ochoa, shout out to Pete. We went to meet, this is one of my few in person. We went to Anaheim, right behind Disneyland. We sat down with the homeowner, closed a 14.5 kilowatt system. He just started not too long ago. He started actually months ago, but he didn't do anything until recently. But when he started, when he made a decision in his mind, then he texts me a couple times a day. Hey, how do you answer this question? How do you answer that question? How do you answer this question? Right? But guess what? He made a bunch of phone calls. He's already got 2 deals in the pipeline, right? But he talked to more than 50 people to get those 2. Eventually, your ratios will get better. Eventually, you may not need to talk to, he may not need to talk to 50, he may need to talk to 30 to get those same deals. But if you really look at it, right, on those 2 deals, it's about $6,000 in commissions. That was about a 1 month's worth of work, and it was part-time, and it was mentor sales. The work is there. For some people, it'll come faster than others. Don't compare yourself to Jarrett. Don't compare yourself to me or to anybody else. Compare yourself to yourself last month and get better every month. Plug into the trainings every single month. One of the questions I have for you is this: have you done any door knocking with Powur or with solar at all, or has it mainly been different avenues?
No, so myself, and man, I take pride in door knocking. I mean, I did it for 10, 15 years on and off, growing teams, teaching people, mentoring, showing them how to do it. I think I'm the best in the world when it comes to knocking on doors and making it happen. But I haven't knocked on doors. It's been about 3-4 years, maybe even longer, maybe about 5 years since I've actually haven't knocked on doors. So I have not knocked on doors for solar. But with that said, is I have door knockers on my team. I have one of my best reps, Grant Fetcher, shout out to Grant. We crush a couple deals a week because he's an ADT sales rep. He goes out, he does the new homeowner program that we developed 10 years ago. He still goes out and does it. And when he talks to the new homeowners, it's as simple as, hey, by the way, I was looking at you. Have you guys considered solar? Have you guys thought about solar? Oh, have you ever considered it? Have you ever thought of it? Yes, no, I don't care what your answer is. You want a free quote? Like, I mean, he talks to people. He's out there. And so we do a couple deals a week just off of him knocking on doors. And it's, man, I don't know. I see, I haven't been in the door knocking solar game. And it bugs me when I hear some people talk about how they approach the doors and it's super scammy. And they're like, hey, we got some construction crew out here and they're changing the laws here and blah, blah, blah. And they're like trying to hustle to get to their meter. I'm a direct dude. I'm so direct. Please don't scam people and lie and bullshit them. People can smell that. It's disgusting. Just ask them straight up. Say, hey, have you guys ever considered solar? I do solar. Yeah. I mean, would you be willing to hear about eliminating your electric bill and paying about half of that for solar? It doesn't cost you anything. And I can give you a free quote. Would you be interested in that? Just be direct and straightforward. That's
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. I had the same feelings watching a lot of those videos.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It may work for others. I have a conscience. I just cannot do that. My sales game evolved a long time ago. I don't lie about anything. I don't BS people. I don't have to. When you got to
Absolutely.
you don't need to with this product. You could be straightforward, direct, tell them the truth, and the truth shall set you free, make you you a ton of money, and help people out. You know, and they'll go with you. They will recognize that you are being straightforward and being honest with them, not the scammy guy talking about, oh, we're replacing meters, and because of that, you're going with solar and the government. No, miss me with that.
You know, if you could get from one of your guys, or if you have any guys that you know that do solar door knocking, if you could get me a script, we're putting a couple scripts together for the team. I've done the new homeowner list first. That's how I started, right? Calling my warm market, first of all, building a team, simultaneously doing the new homeowner list. I tell people, look, man, this training is already recorded, the new homeowner list training. Because I did this. My first 2 months, 2.5 months, new homeowner list. I know how to close 3 to 5 deals, personal deals per month, doing the new homeowner list 4 days a week. No BS, and it's a very direct approach. It's a very not like you say, right? That's good enough. Solar's at a point where they're just looking for it. They're curious about it. Maybe they're not actively in the market, but it's in the back of their head. And the reason why they haven't gone solar or got a proposal is because nobody showed up to them to talk to them. Boom. A lot of times people are like, oh, you know what? I need some more help or stuff like that. No, what you need to do is introduce yourself to more strangers. That's what you need to do. Oh, I'm not making a lot of money. Maybe you need to introduce yourself to more strangers. Yeah, okay, so you're going to fall on your face and say it wrong. Guess what? If you say it wrong, you could come back and say, here's what I said. Then we tell you, oh, you shouldn't have said that. Here's what you say. And you could go ahead and speed up the learning curve by going out there and falling on your face, picking yourself up from the bootstraps, and going out there and doing it again. But you got to want it. When I started, I needed to make money, right? For those of you guys that may not know, I have a similar story to you, Jarrett. My wife is now 7 months pregnant. But when
congrats, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, we have another little Rico Suave coming in the world. We got the Great Maximus and we got Alexander the Great next. So Alexander the Great's on deck.
Yeah.
So no, but what the thing is, when I started here, long story short, I lost a lot of money. And it was the worst financial situation in my family that I've been in like 15 years. And so then coronavirus hit. I was out there selling door-to-door ADT right before this, bro. And so, because, that's a pretty good way of making some money. Yeah. And I was busy looking for the right solar company. I knew we could make a lot of money in solar. And I didn't know Powur had the model they had. I thought they were an MLM. And nothing wrong against MLM. I've made a lot of money in MLM. But I thought it was an old model that Powur had. So I was going to start my own dealer and do what Powur's doing, but on a smaller scale. I was literally going to go out there, talk to some rich friends of mine, pitch them, have them invest in the company, and I was going to try to, which would have been a super uphill climb, okay? But I was willing to do that. When I found out what they had, I was like, oh my God, these dudes are already doing what I did, and it's so early on in the game, we're going to go out there and crush it. And that's what we've been doing, right? And so, but guess what? When I got started, I said, I'm going to call everybody that I know. Everybody that I know is at the very least going to know that I'm in the solar industry, right? And I have the pitch. It's on YouTube for those of you guys that want it, of what I call and say to my people. And it worked wonders. But guess what? I started doing the new homeowner list. I started introducing myself to strangers, and I didn't know everything. I just have my bullet points. As a matter of fact, my bullet points are on my flyer. Check this out. Bullet point number 1, lock in your payment. Bullet point number 2, save 20 to 50% off your current electric bill. Number 3, cost you 0 out of pocket to go solar. Number 4, increase the value of your home. Number 5, 30-year warranty, parts, labor, and roof. And then finally, get 1 year free. The bullet points are on here, right? It's got my picture on it. I designed this flyer myself. Guess what? I went out there, one of my last deals, I just closed one of my last deals from my door knocking days, my new homeowner days. I left the flyer back in June. The guy calls me in December. We get the deal closed in January. It closed about a month ago. Reason why is because he had to get a new roof, $27,000 roof. Well, guess what though? That was like an $8,000 commission. I left this flyer 6 months before he called me. Working works. You just got to go out there and talk to more strangers. So, Jarrett.
And to your point though, you said, hey, they say the wrong things. I'm going to tell you guys something. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. Mm-hmm. And you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. Mm-hmm. It's just, you just got to talk about it. And like I said, say it with enthusiasm, be excited. And, if we're just talking about generating leads, just ask people if they want a free quote. Tell them that you just started, because once again, we don't lie, right? Just say you're excited, you're with an incredible company. And if they'd be willing to get a free quote, it helps you out, you get to learn. And that way, when they ask you questions, say, I don't have a clue, but my mentor does, he actually knows. everything about solar, everything there is. He'll answer all those questions for you. But it's just about asking. You got it. You're not going to make any money watching YouTube videos. You're not going to make any money sitting around, showing up to event. You make money by talking to people, doing it. Don't get suckered into online, lead gen, Facebook marketing, these people hitting you up. Talk to your warm market. You know people that own homes. Ask them if they're open to a free quote. Assign a mentor. And the rest is history. You get sales. From the sales, show up to installs. You'll get referrals, right? And you will build upon that. Your knowledge will continue to grow. But just ask. Just ask. Be a bill collector. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. The appointment's free. They save money. It's got the best warranty, the best panels, the best pricing. What do you have to lose?
One of the things that Robert Hollis says here, shout out to Robert. He just closed another solar deal. This guy's a future mentor out in SRP town, right, Arizona. So excited to work with him. So one of the things he says that him and guys that he knows in solar would say to the homeowner is, hey, if we can't save you money on your bill with zero out of your pocket, we won't even waste your time. Something along those lines, right?
Love that.
To me, that was powerful. It's being very upfront. It's do the numbers. Some people, they're waiting for somebody, but guess what? You got to put in that work, right? And we tend to get luckier when we put in more work, right? That's what favors, luck favors the bold and the people that are going out there getting after it, man. Matter of fact, Pete is. I was talking to Pete because the deal that we closed yesterday. He's asking me about one of his people that was supposed to send him a bill and still hasn't. And this happens. And I said, look, Pete, here's what I've done. I can give you advice. Maybe you could give some advice on this because there's a lot of people on here, Jarrett, that have people that are like they're supposed to give them the bill, but they haven't yet. So I'll tell you guys what I said to Pete, and I love to hear your input as well, Jarrett. I said, Pete, here's what you tell him. Let's say, for example, it's Jarrett. Jarrett, listen. I understand you're busy, bro. You got a lot going on. And let's be honest. Nobody likes to get pitched. Nobody likes a salesperson. So one of the things that I suggest is this. Give me a bill and I'll email you a solar savings report. Mind you, this is after this happened to me, for example, 3-4 weeks. The guy keeps stalling me. So I'm ready to give up on this guy. So I said, look, I know nobody likes a salesperson. Nobody wants to get pitched. Here's what we'll do. If you send me a bill, I can email you a solar savings report. And if you like it, you review it, you call me. I won't even bug you. But at the very least, find out what you'd be saving and some of the benefits, right? I won't even bug you. We won't even set up an appointment. Then the guy's like, really? You know what? Fine. Let me talk to my wife. I could do that. I'm really busy, bro. He tried to justify why he hasn't given me the appointment of the bill. Long story short, they send me the bill. I put an aggressive proposal for him, right? I sent it out, and here's what I did. I recorded about a 6 to 7 minute video of me explaining the proposal and some of the benefits of solar.
I like that.
On an unlisted link, so nobody could see it. I specified that in the email. I sent it to him. It has 0 views. 0 views. It was a lady, actually. I had 0 views. The next day, that video has 3 views. The only people that have that link are the homeowners. So they watched it 3 times. Guess what? The next day I get a message from them. Hey, JC, can we meet up on X amount, whatever date it is? This, by the way, then I posted a picture of their house before I went in there, right? I think it was like my first deal on my own, before I became mentor, but after my mentor sales. So I post a picture of their house. The sun is still out a little bit. And I said, here's my first appointment on my own. Let's see how it goes. Then about 2 hours later, I post another picture of their house. Now, the sun is out, it's dark. And I say, I'm leaving here with a contract. But that's how I got my first deal on my own. But what it is your biggest resource is your resourcefulness. And they were already, not giving me the business. So I said, hey, let me shoot my shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So that is one of the ways that I've got. And guess what? I've closed like 3 deals that way. But guess what?
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, I prospected a whole lot of people, but I don't have commission, Brent, because I'm always prospecting. I'm always adding to my pipeline. So anyways, what advice, Jarrett, would you give to somebody that has people on the fence, haven't sent them the bill yet, but expressed interest?
You got to be persistent. You don't want to be pushy. you got to explain to them the only reason you're asking for their bill is so that you could have your engineers design a system for them, and it's at no cost to them, right? Leverage that term. Say my engineer team is going to design a customized system for you, but we can't design a system unless we know your usage, right? We need to really dial it in. And so there's a lot of value to that. It doesn't cost them anything to have a professional engineer team design a system for them so they understand how much they can be saving. And then, but also the takeaway, you guys, that's the other thing is sometimes you got to tell people that you're willing to walk away for them before they go, oh, okay, hey, I'm sorry. Because people are busy. Listen, I'm busier than ever. I'm getting up at 5 a.m. because there's not enough hours in the day. And it's still, I'm considering, I'm like, can I get up at 4:30? Because there's just not enough hours in the day. People do get busy. People get messed up. But if you hit them, sometimes if you hit them with the, hey, man, I can tell you're really busy. I just want to circle loop on this. If you're not interested, I understand, you know, and they'll go, hey, I'm so sorry. I've just been busy. Let me get over that bill. The other thing is when I'm on the phone with them, I'll try to get them to do it right there while we're on the phone. I'll say, hey, you're with PG&E, right? Do me a favor, put me on speakerphone. Okay, go, and then I'm on speaker. Go to pgne.com. Okay, now log in, and I'll walk them through it right there. I said, man, this takes 15 seconds. Go to pgne.com. Go log. I don't remember my login. Okay, you see where it says forgot password? You're gonna push that, right? All right. Now, you see your email? Reset your password. Like that's where my money is made. So I'm willing to stay on the phone. I will walk them through getting a bill. It doesn't cost me anything. What is this, a minute or two of my time? But if I can, I'll hold their hand through it to get that bill. And that's worked for me as well. So they go, okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. So yeah, I would try it. If you can get them on the phone, just have them do it right there. But be familiar with your utility company and how to navigate the website. Because if you don't know and they don't know, then it becomes a hassle. So make sure you're familiar with your own utility company.
That is tenacity, bro. I believe that in life, one of the best descriptions that we can have of ourselves is tenacious. I know that you are tenacious. That tenacity is something that will separate you automatically. It'll put you in another category that the majority of the people are not in. Right? But you have to do it with finesse. And I know that that's how you do it. You do it with finesse. In the beginning, I used to be tenacious. But I was very rough. So then I would water. So you know, sometimes you got to slap people with a velvet glove, right? Kind of like so for example, here's another tip I'll give you guys now that it's fresh on my mind. I had a client who I closed, new homeowner list. No, sorry. My very first deal, I recruited a dude and he put Jonathan as a mentor. I got a couple guys on my team that closed their first deals before me. So I made an override. Jonathan was a mentor. But what I did is I went to the house and I door knocked the neighbors. We call it clover leafing in the home security business, right? So I'm talking to the guy and long story short, doesn't give me his bill, but he's interested. But he never sends me his bill. At the end, I said, but he's willing to meet with me. But his wife handles all the bills and they work odd hours, so they don't even see each other a lot. Long story short, I said, I'm not going to get the bill from this guy, but I have the time right now. Like right now, today, I don't have that kind of time, but back then I did. So I says, Bob, what time can we meet? He says, Wednesday at 7, my wife and I will both be there. And I knew if I get in front of his wife, she's going to have the bills. That's kind of like my wife. I don't have the bills. My wife does so. I said, no problem, Bob. Based on the information he gave me, how many people live in the house, central AC, I know the square footage. You know, I've asked him questions. I said, I've got a rough estimate of how much electricity you spend. Don't worry, we have a very advanced technology. And then we could always verify that once we get the bill. No big deal. I show up to his house. He told me he had about $110 bill, $100 bill. Turns out it was about $160 average. So when I get there, I ask her wife for the bill. She says, oh, yeah. She walks over to the other room, brings me the bill. I closed the deal right then. Actually, I didn't close the deal right then and there. I said, Bob, I have to edit these numbers because these numbers are not what we thought they were based on what you've given me. Here's what the real numbers are. This is your average bill. So they both agreed. Yes, that is indeed our average bill. Here's how much you're saving. So I show them everything. They asked me, next Wednesday at 7, can you come back? We need a little bit of time to think about it, but we're not going to be available till next Wednesday. Long story short, I booked the appointment right then and there. Next Wednesday, show up, close the deal. But before I got to the presentation, I didn't even have a bill, but the interest was there. Not only that, I had the time. Once you become a mentor, you're probably not going to take deals like that. You're definitely not. But at the time, when I was new, I had to take deals that I normally wouldn't take. I have to take more risks, but I also have more time.
You got to get scrappy.
Now you got to get scrappy. That's what it is. And that's the thing. A lot of people, they want to make that kind of income, but they're not willing to be tenacious. They're not willing to get scrappy. They're not willing to do those things. So that's why, man, this has been such an incredible, luckily this is recorded. We're going to share this. And guys, here's the thing. You don't watch these one time. You should allocate X amount of time per week to get trained. Some of the stuff you learn here, there was probably 20 things you could have got from this. You might have got one. But the second time, you'll get that one even better and you'll get another one. You gotta invest time in yourself and that'll shorten the curve for you and you'll get there faster. Jarrett, any additional tips or advice that you would give to people watching this training?
You know, I mean, we've covered a lot and we could keep, you and me, bro, we could go for hours and hours. But really, honest to God, it's about mindset. It all comes down to mindset. It's whether you believe you can or believe you can't. I mean, I can go off on all these Tony Robbins quotes and things like that, but the truth of the matter is it's all up here. And it's about belief and positivity and that make it happen attitude. When I was, when I first started off in the ADT game, I was part of the van crew. We got dropped off on a corner. I had a clipboard with a highlighted map telling me where I was going to go. I had to knock on every single door, 100 doors to get my one deal. And we're 100% commission, right? I've never gotten paid an hour. Like I this never happened to me. But the mindset was my team leader every single day when I get dropped off, he would give me knuckles and said, hey, make it happen. And it was ingrained in me. Make it happen. It's up to me. If I let it up to anybody else, it's not going to happen. But I believe in myself and I believe that I will make it happen. And you take that belief, you take that energy and you apply it to the field. Man, it's impossible to fail when you apply it and you believe, but it's all up here, you guys. And it all starts off with a positive mindset, positive attitude and belief in yourself. So
I love it.
That.
I just shared a link here on the group. It's a podcast episode. Here's my shameless plug, but it's on 2 reasons why people don't achieve. And it's exactly on the attitude. So it's so funny. My podcast airs every Monday at 9 a.m. And that's what this morning's at 9 a.m. is about. Now, one of the things that I want to tell you, Jarrett, is this. I want to do a podcast episode with a couple solar studs, you being one of them. Maybe you, Brunasso, myself, and we'll figure out who else. But that's going to be like a 2-3 hour conversation. Maybe we'll have some cigars and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But just shoot the shit on what it takes to make it happen on a lot of these things. But imagine having a collaboration with like 4 guys that are making it happen in the solar industry. That's going to be some fire training.
Woo!
Compliments. Jarrett McAllister, look him up on Facebook. He's a mentor. If you guys need a mentor, especially he's out in Northern California, but I'm sure you do mentor deals nationwide. Is that right?
Anywhere, brother. I get it.
Good.
And just to let you know, I love to teach. I love to teach sales. I believe that's your job as a mentor. If you're going to mentor somebody, mentor them. For all you mentors on here, you get somebody to bring you a deal, don't just close the deal, take 50% of the commission. You're getting paid to teach others to be good, to be successful. So I thoroughly enjoy teaching sales, teaching how, from beginning A to Z, and just be humble with it, man. But man, this has been a pleasure, JC. And I look forward to that podcast. Some cigars,
Let's do it.
maybe some nice cognac, something.
Yes.
Just
Bro,
back, spitting fire, some straight sales game. I'd love to do that.
I will set that up this week. So we'll coordinate a day that we're out here. Sometimes you come out here for, going to Charles. So we'll definitely coordinate it, man.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be of a lot of value and it's going to be a lot of fun as well. So I appreciate you, brother, for getting on here. Jarrett McAllister, he's a mentor. I recommend, guys, that you use more than one mentor in your 3-mentor deal. Sometimes you don't have to do 3. You could do 5. I got a lady that hit me up for a 4th one. She says, I know I could do it on my own, but I wanna do one more with a mentor. And so everybody's different. He's a mentor. You guys see he's an absolute stud. Add him on Facebook. Keep him in mind. And then the last thing is this. We have a new mentor in South Carolina, veteran Victor Lewis. You guys write down his name. He's a mentor on the team. The guy's an absolute stud. He came off the blocks in 2 weeks, closed 5 sales like this. Didn't even need any help from us. He just goes out there and does it. Why? Because he's a solar professional. Keep that in mind as well. So, guys, I appreciate you guys. Jarrett, thank you so much, brother, for coming on.
It's been an honor, man.
Thank you, my friend. All right, guys, we'll see you guys on the next Power Hour. And
Peace.
to 5 o'clock, Company's Power Hour, we got 2 studs from Texas that are going to be presenting today. And then tomorrow, we've got JB's training at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I will be on that training as well. Let's make it happen. See you guys at the top or from the top.
Thanks, guys.